What's up, everybody? So glad you can come back and join me for my show, Kicking It with Big D. I'm your host, Big D, as you can see. That rhymes, so I wasn't trying to do that either. But I just wanted to start out with saying, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, and let us all rejoice and be glad they're in it. I hope today was well. I hope your week was well. I hope last month was good. And I hope the beginning of this month has been good for all of you out there who is listening and watching. I told you last week about my theme song, where it came from. I just didn't sing the lyrics for you. I was thinking about that. I said I should have sang some of the lyrics, but it'll be all right. But if you go on SoundCloud and check it out, there's a link you can check out. You can go to and listen to the song. You can put it in put in the comments about what you think about the song. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I was talking about getting back to 50 reasons to exercise, because the first segment was I got only to 18, and that's not even half of them, not even half. So I think I may get the chance to finish today. I'm not promising, but it looks like it could be a part 3, just depending on how in depth I get with this. So without further ado, I'm going to pick back up with 18. And number 18, and again, this is 50 Reasons to Exercise Part 2. That's right, Part 2. Could be a Part 3. Just stay tuned. But number 18 says 50 reasons to exercise. Number 18 says helps controls addiction. I'm not really sure about that, but I'm all for it. I'm all for the positivity, whatever it may be, whether you be addicted to bonbons or sugar sandwiches or sugar water, whatever, whole gallons of ice cream, 6 cheeseburgers in 2 hours. I don't know, but this is what I do know. If it says it helps control addictions, if you're addicted to stuff like that, and I don't know the facts about it, but look it up. But if it's helping in the area where you alcohol or drugs, by all means, please indulge in the exercise, because if it's helping, as I said, if it's helping control addictions, by all means, please jump in there. And if exercise is one of the ways to help do something about it, then by all means, please do so. Don't let me stop you. So number 19, it says boost productivity. Now, if you're a sluggish person, I don't think you're gonna get much accomplished if you have just a regular task to do. You probably not gonna get nothing but maybe that done, just that task and nothing else. I'm just saying, that's just me, my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I can say that, but no offense to anybody. But if you're exercising on a regular basis, you feel good, you do your tasks, you want to do more, therefore you're able to get a lot of productivity out of your body, and you're feeling good about yourself. So I do recommend that if you're not exercising, that you start. That way you get more things done, more accomplishments throughout the day. When you're exercising, I think your blood is flowing right. Your joints are lubricated. You're feeling good about yourself, and you just want to do more. You look good, you feel good, you want to do more. I would say number 20, it says it boosts creative thinking. Now, a lot of us need this. Because creative thinking, a lot of us don't have that. We think we do. Like when you're sitting there and you thinking it's good, what would be good if you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then add a hard fried egg to it. That's not working. That's not working. That is not creativity. That's a mess. And that's your stomach waiting to be towed up. Let me say that. Let me see if I can say that in a better way. That's another way for your stomach to take you places that you really don't want to go. Not back to back anyway. Y'all get it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna stay on that. So number 22, it says it gives you confidence. There's nothing like having confidence when you are you're exercising, your body feels good, it's looking good. There's nothing better than feeling and looking good. You got to try it. If you haven't tried it, you ought to try it. If you go outside, I tell you what, if you live in Henderson County, go to Orleans. There's a hill called Orleans. If you walk that hill one time, well, maybe not the whole hill, if you want to walk half of that hill, thumbs up. Now, I've walked it several times. I've had to run it. Now, I ain't going to say I did it. I attempted, but I made it to the top. But that's one of the things. If you go to Orleans, you definitely keep doing that. Oh, yeah, you'll feel good about yourself. You will feel good about yourself, and you'll feel good about others who come behind you. But going back to confidence, though, when you are exercising, you see the difference in the change that your body is conforming to where you're doing sit-ups, push-ups, or you're walking, or you're running, or you're jogging. When you see that difference, you start to feel much, much better about yourself than as if you were just somebody who was sitting on the couch and just watching TV and drinking and eating all you want. And then, when you get up, you got Dunlap syndrome going on. Your stomach Dunlapped over your pants, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Also, it does you good when your spouse or your mate is taking a notice to the change of your body, to the good, for the positive. It makes them smile and look at you a little bit longer and start, teasing and flirting with you a little bit more often. Hey, I know for, all of us want, more attention from our spouse or our mates, Even when we ain't looking for it, it does you really good, when you makes you feel good when they're paying more attention to you. So anyway, I'll move on from that. Number 23, it helps keep focused. It helps keep you focused in life. That, like I said, when you are exercising, I believe that, because and listen, don't judge me, but, and I'm not making this up. I used to take aerobics. I used to take aerobics back in the day. Shout out to my former instructor, Ms. Roxanne Pepper. I hope you're still doing it, because that was really good for the people. But I was doing an aerobics class. I almost got sidetracked. I was doing an aerobics class at one point in time, and I was feeling good, and my blood was circulating well, and my thoughts were clear, and it was just I was more, it's right. It's right when it says it helps keep you focused, because the more I went to the class, the better I was. I was sharp mentally, and I was on top of everything. I kind of fell off, so when you fall off, sometimes you see the difference when you're focused, and then from what got you focused to when you stop doing what kept you focused. You stop doing it, you find yourself drifting back to before you started, getting on the right path, being focused. But I would say, exercise, and some of us need to try that. I'm for one, I'll be the first to say I need to get back on my regimen of exercise. When you get so busy, then you start using that for an excuse. But really, there's no excuse. Just need to make the time. People make time for the things they want to do. Remember that. People make time for the things that they want to do. Number 24, improves eating habits. Now, I was trying to mix both of them. I was going to aerobics class, and then I would leave, and then I was going, and I was, tearing up any restaurant that I wanted to, eating any and everything that I wanted to. Does you no good. If you're going to exercise, you need to eat right. You need to fuel your body with the proper foods. Not all the fried stuff. It wouldn't hurt to have a salad and maybe some grilled meat or some baked meat, whatever it is, as long as it's not fried. And let's not exile, tofu. I've had tofu before, and it didn't taste good in everything that I had, but I've tried it. And when I did, I had it in a bowl at Chipotle. It was pretty good. It was spicy. It was really good. But by itself, I don't care too much for it. But get back to talking about, eating habits. You definitely want to have more water in your diet, fruits, vegetables. You don't necessarily have to have meat. Then that's just how I feel. You don't have to have meat. You can beans, vegetables, maybe some brown rice, black rice even. For those of you who don't be alarmed, because it does exist. Black rice. That's right. Black rice matters. But I'm gonna move on from that. That's just a little joke. So number 25 says increases longevity. Now I think everybody in the world would love to have longevity on this earth. Unfortunately, we've lost loved ones to the circumstances that that they didn't take care of themselves, whether it been from smoking or drinking, or the way their eating habits from when they were young, and then it's caught up with them. But if it can be prolonged, take care of yourself. Exercise more. This is not what I've come up with. It's 50 reasons to exercise, and I hope that when you look at this video that you take it serious. I may be making jokes, here and there, but overall, this is a serious matter. I've lost some weight. I couldn't tell you how much. I wish I could. I really wish I could. I hadn't got on the scale yet, but I can tell the difference in my clothing, the way they fit, and I can tell a big difference. And I tell you what, it feels good to be able to put on something that once upon a time it was hugging. It was almost skin tight. But now it's just sagging like, old skin. But nonetheless, I can wear it, and I can wear it comfortably. Number 26 says, strengthens your bones. Now, I'm believing that, if you don't use your bones, for exercise, that when you just sit around, that everything just tends to just get brittle, softens up on you. If you're not drinking milk or calcium tabs or, something that's going to help you out, you're going to end up with brittle bones. And it says, it strengthens your bones. Or you need to strengthen your bones, you need to get some exercise going on. And then listen, it don't have to be vigorous. And it doesn't have to be strenuous. You don't have to go out there and try to kill yourself. Just go out there maybe 30 minutes a day and walk. And if you can, maybe occasionally do some push-ups. If you can do pull-ups, I recommend those. If you can't, just keep doing push-ups till you can do a pull-up. I haven't done a pull-up yet in my life. I'm 48 years old. It don't judge me and don't write me. You don't even put in the comment. Don't say nothing about that. Matter of fact, we're gonna move on. But before we do, I would say, get out there and exercise to strengthen those bones. Number 27 says it strengthens your heart. That's what you need. You need a strong heart nowadays. You need a strong heart physically, and you need a strong heart spiritually as well. If you got a strong heart, naturally, that's good. That's good. You keep on doing what you're doing for a good long period of time. Case in point, like if you're a preacher and you're in shape, the Lord can use you more. The Holy Spirit can just, he can use your vessel a little bit more, as opposed to if you're out of shape, he get on you for 5 minutes, and once he see that he doesn't have enough, it's a sad commentary. But that's the truth, and I don't back up off that. But anyway, you need a strong heart naturally as well, so you can definitely do the everyday tasks that you need. That way, your heart is not beating out of your chest just by you just walking from the couch to the car, or from the car to the couch. I mean, it makes sense to me, but nonetheless, you need a strong heart, and you need a heart-healthy diet as well. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but I would say, Concord grapes have a great bit of benefits for the heart. You should try that. And a low-sodium diet, too. And listen, I'm just being open and honest with y'all. Before I started this show today, I had a burger. with I'm a little disappointed in it. But I had a burger with nothing but onions and lettuce on it. After I told them I didn't want lettuce. You see what I'm saying? And they put cheese on it. They asked me if I wanted cheese. I told them no. And they put cheese on it anyway. And they did not put mayo, mustard, nor ketchup, nor tomatoes on this burger. So it's dry. So forgive me if my face is kind of tore up a little bit about this burger. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to go back. Talking about it strengthens the heart. You don't need none of that what I had. I'm working on strengthening my heart right now. But anyway, I'm moving on to number 28. It said it improves posture. Everybody needs good posture. Now, according to the way I'm sitting in this chair, and now I'm trying to sit up so I got good posture. I'm leaning over on this table. But I've been to work too. I ain't no excuse. But it improves posture. And when you exercise, this should include stretching. Stretching from, bending over. If you can touch your toes, maybe to the count of 10. Standing back up and bending down. Like they used to do in school. PE, they make you stretch. You touch your right leg, stretch with the count of 10, stand up. Stretch to your left leg, stand up, stretch to the middle. Stretch your arms. Arm rolls, all that good stuff. But if you do that on a regular basis, your body will be loose and it will be used to those motions, and that way you will have better posture. Even when you're sitting down, you'll notice that your posture is good. If you practice sitting down and your posture is straight and not slump, after a while your body gets used to sitting just like that, like straight up, straight up like this. I'm sitting straight up now, but once I get through this demonstration, I'm leaning back on this table. Hey, don't judge me. So, number 29 says it prevents colds. Now, I'm all for not getting a cold, whether it be in the summertime or the wintertime. I'm all for staying healthy. Unfortunately, a lot of us get colds anyway, and we come up with these concoctions like a hot toddy, where you having a shot of moonshine or Jack Daniels or bourbon or whatever they got hiding up under the cabinet. We don't want nobody to see. Normally it's in a brown bag up under the sink. I know, because I've seen it before. Well, you want me to say it loud? I said I know because I've seen it before. Now you heard that, right? But if it prevents colds, let's do everything we can to prevent ourselves from getting sick. That way you don't have to take crazy amounts of vitamins, all that good stuff. Just continue to, do what you're supposed to do. Exercise that body, keep the immune system built up. And I believe that's what it takes. Keep the water flow in there. Vitamin C. Keep it simple. I don't believe that everybody has to take like 30 vitamins a day. There's no need for that. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. And we'll keep it healthy. Number 30 says improves appetite. So I'm thinking when it says that improves appetite, that you won't be so quick to eat any and everything that you want to. Like I said, going back to the results, you start to see the results. You notice what you're eating as well as how you're working your body. If you're eating plenty of fruits, drinking the water, nuts, vegetables, and if you're doing meat, baked or grilled, and if you're not doing meat, if you're doing tofu, or if you're just doing, just straight up, just vegetarian style or vegan, hey, let that appetite be to what you started to feed the body is used to. And, the body will let you know that, hey, I've had enough. Because you can condition it. When you condition the body to when you eat, you don't have to overdo it. You can eat, and then, if you want more, maybe, if you decide not to get another plate, you can do a little snack and just keep it healthy with that. A little nature bar, a little, handful of almonds, something, cottage cheese, things of that nature. Now, I know, look, if I got a mixed audience out there, I know that's not for one type of certain group of people. And cottage cheese, peaches, apples, grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, grapefruit, lemons, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Bananas, strawberry, cranberries, raspberry, blackberries. All these things have great nutritional value. And when you they can cut down. They can help cut down on the appetite as well. This is not something that I heard. It's something that I know because I've tried it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't stick with none of this stuff. But this is not do as I say and not as I do. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So it says number 31 says it improves cholesterol levels. I think I'm taking a stab in the dark here, and I think it's mainly for the guys on this one, for the cholesterol levels. We definitely could use some lower cholesterol levels. There's no need to beat around the bush and playing with it. Let's go ahead and let's take care of ourselves. We exercising, we running, and we doing all this good stuff. But we got to keep a check on what's going on the inside too. It's just like under the hood of a car. If it's running good, but after a while, you got a light that comes on up on the dash. Don't ignore it. Got to check it out. Can't play around with it, because after a while, when you keep ignoring it, hey, then it leads to other major problems. So let's take care of the minor problems before it gets to the major problems. You dig? So, cholesterol levels is very important. I don't know much about cholesterol. I'll just be honest about that. But I know it's important that you have them low. Low. That's always good. Low is good. Not super low, but, low enough. Number 32. Now, this is very important here. This is very serious as well, too. It says, lowers risk of certain cancers. I'm going to let that sit for a moment. It lowers risk of certain cancers. It doesn't very well say which ones, but it doesn't matter. Any kind of cancer, if it lowers the risk of getting any kind of cancer, your ears should be perked up. And if anybody out there who's lost somebody to cancer or knows somebody who's dealing with cancer, and if it's something that exercise could help put a turnaround on, by all means, please do so. And if you don't think that it's you, or if it's not you, or anybody that you know and love, please get on top of it before it gets started. If you think that it could be, well, not I'm gonna say not think, but if it's running in your family, get on top of it, look into it, and do something about it. Because cancer is no joke. There's a lot of people out here who have lost loved ones to cancer. I myself, I've lost a loved one to cancer many years ago. It was my mom's sister. She died of breast cancer. I'm not sure if exercising would have done anything about that, but I say it doesn't matter. Get on top of it. Get on top of it. Moving on. Number 33 says, it lowers blood pressure. Myself, I'm working on that right now, lowering my blood pressure. I get plenty of exercise at work. I don't know if that counts because I'm always moving and it's hot and I'm sweating. So that's how I lost the weight, on my job. But right now, I really want to just say, working on blood pressure. That's one of what they call the silent killer. I don't exclude anybody from this, but my African American brothers out there, sisters out there, let's stay on top of our blood pressure. We need to make sure we stay on top of that, get it checked on a regular basis. If you have a cup at home, please use it on a regular basis instead of waiting till when you go to the doctor. If you're out and about, you're at a Walgreens or a CVS, please stop by and just take a couple of minutes just to get your blood pressure checked, because it's important. There's nothing like just going along and not knowing there's a time bomb in your body and you don't know nothing about it because there's no symptoms. Not trying to scare anybody, but just being real. But like I said, I'm not trying to exclude anybody, but to my African American brothers and sisters, we are definitely need to stay on the radar and keep up with our blood pressure on a day-to-day basis if you can. But I'm including everybody. Everybody, do that. Whether you know it or not, get it checked. Stay on top of it. Appreciate it. I'm moving on. So number 34 says it lowers the risk of diabetes. Now, again, I have to touch on my African American community. We definitely need to exercise more. I would say if you think about it just for this reason alone, do it, because it's very important. Because I know a lot of people who suffer from this terrible disease, and this is not anything funny. It's not nothing to laugh at, and it's heartbreaking to see people loved ones that are suffering from this. But stay on top of it. Don't wait until your health is in, just that, you're being borderline to being a diabetic, or you get freshly diagnosed and not knowing that you have become a diabetic. So many people have wasted time, and then out of the blue, I'm saying out of the blue, but it was something building up all along to where one day it just came to a head, and then, you have to be taken to the hospital, get checked out, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're diagnosed as being a diabetic. And you're like, how did that happen? What did I do? And you're thinking that, if it's hereditary or whatnot. Honestly, I'm not really sure if it's like something that's just hereditary, but regardless, if you have an opportunity to prevent it and lower your risk of getting it, do so. I think you should. It's very important. And I think that I'm going to stop at number 35. Yeah, it's going to be a part 3. It's going to be a part 3. So I'm going to stop at number 35, and it talks about, in the 50 reasons to exercise. In this second part of this is that it fights dementia. It fights dementia, and dementia is another thing that's heartbreaking to watch, to see loved ones who once knew you at some point in time don't even know who you are. And they don't even know where they are. They don't even know who they are. They don't even know where they are in this world. They don't know nothing what's going on around them. They see people, and then they may function, but as far as how you once were with them, if it's your mom, or it's your grandmother or your grandfather, or it doesn't matter, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. Whoever is suffering from this disease, at some point in time, it gets to the point where they don't know you anymore, and they don't know themselves anymore, nor where they are. So if you are out there, somebody in this situation, my heart goes out to you. But I would say if you have an opportunity to jump on top of the situation, do so. If you're young, don't wait to get older to say, well, I'm going to get my body right when I get this, that, and the third. Or if you're young and you're already working out, don't get older and then just start slacking off. Especially because if you got that girl you've been looking at, especially if you got that man you've been looking at, and y'all finally hooked up, and then you just say, I'm going to let myself go. Well, you better go back and get it, because you're going to need it. So there you have it, folks. That is my part 2 of 50 reasons to exercise. I hope this has been beneficial to you. I hope you really, really have taken a listen to what I've been saying. I'm not acting like I'm an expert, but I'm just speaking on for what I do know. As usual, what I've started to do is leave you guys with some hope words. And I will give you some today. Like I said, as they do on Facebook, I do not own the rights to these words. These are not my own, but I thought they bear sharing with you. That way you can apply them to your life. And this particular passage of hope words is very short, but it's powerful, as all the rest of them that I'll be sharing with you in the future. And these hope words read as so: you cannot dwell on both things of God and the lies of the devil. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Yeah. You cannot dwell on both things of God and the devil. I'm going to read that way it makes more sense, because that didn't sound like, I knew what I was saying. But I'm going to go back and say, you cannot dwell on both things of God and the lies of the devil. Meaning you cannot be at church praising God or in your household or talking to somebody and praising God. And then the devil comes along and whispers something to you. Something like, you're going to die tonight. Yeah, because he's bold enough to come in and tell you that. You're going to have cancer when you go to the doctor. You're going to find your mama dead when you go into the house. And you fall for it. But you believe in God. You believe in God to be your healer. You believe in God to provide for you. And then you let the devil come and tell you that they're going to cut your lights off at 5 o'clock because you ain't got no money. So now you can't believe the truth of God and the lies of the devil both. It just don't work like that. You're for one or the other. You can't straddle. You can't try to hold on to both. The Bible says you hate the one and love the other. What it's going to be? Balls in your court. To everyone's out there in the sound of my voice, I just like to open up, and give you guys an opportunity to accept Jesus Christ in your life. If you have not, if you want to, just repeat after me and just say, Father, I'm a sinner. I was trying to do things my way, but I found that my way is not enough, and I kept failing. But I want to know your son, Jesus Christ. I want to accept him into my heart. I want him to come into my life and be Lord over my life. And I give him full control. I believe he died and he rose with all power in his hand on the third day. And if you've done that, I want to say you're simply saved. You confess with your mouth, but believe in your heart, and you shall be saved. The Bible made it more simple than that. He just said, those that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. It's as simple as that. And if you've done that, congratulations and welcome to the family of God. And if you haven't, you're still thinking about it, don't waste time. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody. Well, I'm done what I was supposed to do. I will leave with the benediction I made the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope your boy didn't take too much of your time. And if I did, so what? It's for a good cause anyway. So join me next week. And I don't know what I'll be talking about, but I know it'll be good. But until the next time, I'm your boy, Big D. This the Kicking It With Big Show. Hold on. It's the Kicking It With Big D show. I'll mess that up. Until the next time, folks. Peace.